So obviously the Chelsea Conor Gallagher issue about Barcelona, it needs some addressing. That's why this morning, outside of my busy schedule, I've packed and then making sure so I bring you all the updates on Conor Gallagher and everything that's going on with Chelsea Football Club, and then of course Barcelona. Laporta also speaking about Barca's plans with respect to after Real Madrid have signed Kylian Mbappe, what's the Barca plan? Because for everybody, a lot of people ask and say, how will Barca deal with the issues of Real Madrid and how will Barca deal with the issues of Kylian Mbappe that's coming? Because if you look at the core of Real Madrid squad, Orient Chimeni, Arthur Güler, Eduardo Camavinga, Kylian Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, and all of these guys are a Madrid team. It's a huge team. It's a monumental team. It's a team that definitely can compete for the next decade if you are putting all of them together. And how will Barca compete? Because obviously you can't compare Barca or Real Madrid to any other team. First of all, it has to be FC Barcelona. How are Barca going to compete? A very, very important topic over there. And there is a new update on Conor Gallagher. It is simple. Chelsea evaluation of Conor Gallagher to a certain extent. They believe that Conor Gallagher is a more expensive and a better all-round player than Abrante Mount. So they will not sell Conor Gallagher less than 50 million evaluation. Now, people have asked, does Conor Gallagher fit how Enzo Maresca wants to play his football? Now, if you look at Enzo Maresca and how he plays his football, Enzo Maresca essentially wants the three flat midfielders. So two attacking number 8, one who plays as a box-to-box, one who conducts play in the middle of the park with one of the fullbacks that will come inverted. So either the left back or the right back most often. Sometimes too, it was his centre back converted to be a fullback that comes inverted. So essentially, it is the idea of what Enzo Maresca personally have the very important thing. Now, what's the idea? The idea is that he wants to make sure that in his team, he has 5 players in the rest defense. So that if there is transition, once he's controlling the game, in the final attacking third, if he counter presses and the counter press is not spot on and he makes mistakes, he is able to have 5 players seated at the back to deal with the counter press, to deal with his players winning the ball back and getting the job done. So that is what Enzo Maresca wants to do at Chelsea. Now, in the light of everything that Conor Gallagher is, in terms of the player profile, Conor fits more of what Mauricio Pochettino wanted to do. Now, Conor is a player, very aggressive, very athletic, high energy, lead the press for you up top. And for me, I've said for a very long time, Conor is more of a tactical weapon than anything. Inti ope player be press your man up top. Ope player be aggressive when you ball on him. Ope player sometimes he will hurt your opponent in the middle of the park with athleticism and covering a lot of ground. The guy is Conor Gallagher. It is not Enzo Fernandez. It's not even remotely Abrantia, your friend Moises Caicedo. So you want your Conor Gallagher to do that job for you. You want your that player to do that specific job for you. The problem is that he doesn't specifically fit what Enzo Fernandez wants, Enzo Maresca wants to do. Now again, so who share Chelsea team Nima? Now look at the midfielders that Chelsea have. In terms of attacking 8s, right? If you are playing in that team, if you are playing at the base, Enzo Fernandez, it means that let's say Marco Correa will come inverted, Rhys James can come inverted, Malo Gusto can come inverted, then you form that base too, then the 3 back will be there, you make it 5 in terms of the rest defense. Now, even if, let's say, Enzo Fernandez is injured and you want somebody to sit at the base, because the base player is very important because on a conductive play, base player not sit was on a ball will go through him to conduct play, on a very cycle the game, more like the Jorginho role, but with security on the ball, right? And that's what the base player will do. So let's even say that between the base players can either be Enzo Fernandez or Romeo Lavia. And these are going to be the 2 players. It means that at the base area, Conor doesn't have a place in there at the team again. Now, if you look at the attacking number 8, one of them has to be box to box, and the box to box means that he has to have the attacking instincts to break the to break down a low block at the final third, and also have the athleticism to cover ground when he comes back to come and do the defending in transition. And the first person who has that both attributes is Moises Caicedo. Now, Conor Gallagher can have that extra attribute if it was just about just the athleticism to come and cover ground. So that's the thing. So it means that in terms of that side, it is either of Romeo Lavia again or Moises Caicedo as the go-to in that area. Mind you, there is there is Leslie Ugochukwu, who is also in the team. A relatively young player who can be there and be ready to sit on the bench if these two players are not performing or if they are injured. He will come in and slot in and do their job for them. You understand what I'm trying to say? And that's the reality at Chelsea. It isn't about what a fan wants and I say what really is in the media. It's about the reality of Chelsea and exactly what they are facing. And that's the most important thing. Now, after you talk about Conor Gallagher, you talk about Neferotis, Lavia, Leslie Ugochukwu, and Enzo Fernandez. You talk about the pure attacking number 8. Now, the pure attacking number 8, the first person, Kani Chukwuemeka. Because Kani Chukwuemeka is a pure attacking number 8. He can go there and create. You add to the attacking force and break down low blocks, add numbers in there, can score goals, can give you assists. That is Kani Chukwuemeka. Now, once you look away from Kani Chukwuemeka, you are again looking at somebody like Enzo Fernandez, who, if he's not playing at the base, can play as an attacking number 8 and also conduct and break the lines there. And that's just going to be the job that you give to him to do in the final third. Now, you look away from him, there's Cesare Cazadore who can come in and play in there. So, if also the attacking number 8, there are 2 more players who are deemed as attackers or wingers who can play as attacking number 8. There is Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer can come inside and play as an attacking number 8 in a flat 4-3-3. Again, there is Christopher Nkuku who can play as an attacking number 8 in the final third in there. If you have your wingers in Mialo Modric and Noni Madueke, he can also add those numbers over there. So you look at all of these things, the shared depth in quality with Chelsea in Fiifi-Manfred and in the number of players that they have for various positions. It is clear that it is only prudent for them. Say if they look at a player like Conor Gallagher, who is a homegrown talent, who can add money to them, they'll go in. And I've constantly spoken about the financial side of Conor Gallagher and said, hey, he gives the team what they call pure profit. And what's pure profit? Pure profit is because it's a homegrown player, there is no profit or loss conversation. What I mean is that if you buy a player from someone you amortize over the period of years, if you sell him, you are going to subtract the amount that is left after you've amortized him, and then from the amount that you bought him and the amount that you're selling him, and then get your profit. But for Conor Gallagher, because Chelsea did not sell him, buying from anywhere, it is pure profit. You sell him for 50 million. 50 million comes onto your books, which is very important. And given where Chelsea are, mind you, Ziyech already option to buy it wasn't an option to buy, it was an obligation to buy. The obligation to buy from Galatasaray has been met, so Ziyech is going to be a Galatasaray player fully next season, right? So Hakim Ziyech is going to be a Galatasaray player fully next season. Now, if you look at Hakim Ziyech, you look at what he gives to the team, the money that's going to bring to the team. It is very imperative that for me in that Chelsea midfield, somebody goes and if selling Conor Gallagher means that the players at Chelsea for Tomo last season, Chelsea were almost going to get Michael Olise for 35 million until last minute. Olise and then Crystal Palace nearly reported Chelsea to the Premier League, and then Chelsea had to pull away from that deal. Olise signed a contract extension. Now Chelsea will not get Olise less than 65 million. So when people say okay, I need to Chelsea for Conor Gallagher, man, I can understand to an extent, but also you look at it in the reality of Chelsea and you agree with them, say he's a player that is an opportunity for the club and for them to leverage on and get some good money. If Conor goes, don't get shocked, and I've tried to explain to you tactically on the field of play and even financially what Conor adds to the team and why it be easier, quote unquote, to let Conor go. Aston Villa sell Omar Bahon with 50 million pounds for Conor Gallagher, which is good money, good money. And the fact that it's not just Aston Villa. Throughout the season, we're hearing that, and from last season, we're hearing that Ange Postecoglou and Torian Mospe wanted Conor Gallagher from Chelsea. Now, we've had not just Ange Postecoglou, we've added Unai Emery, who's going to play in the Champions League in it with Conor Gallagher as part of their deal, say they want him. Now, it means that there's possibly going to be a bidding war. There's also Ian Matheson, that probably will go with Dortmund, and then, of course, FC Bayern Munich. Chelsea can make some good sales, and then, of course, buy some good players as well, add it to it, and then finalize the team. Because I was telling you yesterday, Enzo Maresca has made it clear to Chelsea for him, he wants to make sure his team is ready by the 1st of July. So he comes in, he lets them know what he wants them to do for him, and everything goes on well. Now to the story of FC Barcelona. See, don't let anybody lie to you. What Real Madrid have done to Barcelona is like a sucker punch. And why do I say it's like a sucker punch? Now, if you look at Barcelona, Real Madrid, and the history of Real Madrid, almost every player, no, Barcelona, sorry, the history of Barcelona, almost every player from South America, born in South America, who is a top player, Barca has the first refusal. Now, what Madrid did in trying to rival that, and they also used somebody called Huni Khalifa to go to South America, have good ties with them. Then what we do is that the best players in Brazil, the best players in Argentina, so Independiente, Independiente de la Ville, all of those top clubs in Argentina, Uruguay, Ecuador, Santos in Brazil and the likes now. We have good relationships with them because those clubs, they need money and the money is in Europe. Into a buy and also okay, Barca for no AUSU Abrantia Freno, the agent of Victor Roque to do their job. In Tisadia, we also use Abrantia FN Huni Khalifa to do their job for us. And what Madrid have gone on to do is, apart from using Huni Khalifa in South America, they have made sure say the brand of the club has gone so well. Whilst Barca has failed in terms of managing finances now, they have done a brilliant job in managing this. So much so that in Europe, once Barcelona are struggling to get a lot of the money from elsewhere, they are getting their money in Europe as well and making sure that they build the club's brand also. Then once they build the club's brand, over there they get the best players. For every player in Europe, the first refusal is to Madrid. For every best player in South America, the first refusal is of course to FC Barcelona. The reason why Chelsea is able to get Estevao Willian, the reason why Chelsea is able to get Kendrick Paye, the reason why Chelsea is able to get all of these top talent from South America in this time is that they've also gone into the South American market. They are offering something new to the South American market. They are being quick into the market. And then Barca are in also difficult financial situation. They will give them what they want because they only themselves Barca into me more Maresca. Which for me is brilliant and is the way to go for a club like Chelsea. But Real Madrid getting Kylian Mbappe, obviously, I rattle Barcelona. And yesterday, if you listen to what Juan Laporta said in the plans for Barcelona, talking about the fact that they will go back to La Masia. Yes, in the history of FC Barcelona, they have gotten some of their best players from the La Masia. They have Lionel Messi from La Masia. They have had Bojan Kerkic from La Masia, Pedro Gonzalez from La Masia, Xavi Iniesta, Sergio Busquets from La Masia. These are all top quality players that have come to the La Masia and they can get them. But how ready are these boys in La Masia as compared to the boys that were there in years past? The times where there was Messi who was ready to come and play football and then be the main guy, get things done for FC Barcelona. Is this same right now? Is this same Barcelona team ready to compete with the kind of boys like Fermin Lopez, Lamine Yamal? Can they play over the course of 50 games in Europe and then of course in the Spanish La Liga and be competitive and give Barcelona what the real issues are? And that is just the problem. That's the problem for FC Barcelona. And then they having a new coach, especially in the context of finances and everything that's going on with them. But then again, you don't want to take anything away from Barcelona. You don't want to say they can't get the job done. They can get the job done. They are experienced in that regard. They know what it takes to do their job in this regard. For Juan Laporta, yes, he has had issues from the times of Bartomeu and the other day, but they want to also win. And I've seen it several times. Yesterday, I've seen it on the show on Insura. I've seen it several times where clubs have been at the top, but players, and at the end of the day, they don't go to the levels where they were expecting to go. So the fact that Real Madrid have bought Mbappe, it doesn't mean that automatically they're going to win the next Champions League and they're going to win the 16th or the Apollo 16 is going to be just a fickle, just going to be there, just going to be a walk in the park. No, it's going to be a tough header. We'll wait to see how that goes. Chelsea have done a brilliant job with Michael Olise, and it's the job of Joe Schildt. He has gone very, very far in trying to finalize everything that Joe Schildt will do in them. And then they know that Joe Schildt is an important person. Joe Schildt's connection with the Olise family is very important, and that's why Chelsea are pushing for the deal to be done. And it's even more reason why, if you look at someone like Michael Olise, Chelsea are forcing that they didn't want him to go to the Olympics, and once the deal is done, he may be forced to come back early for the Chelsea preseason, which is very important. It's important conversation, very good updates for you. On the show today, we'll talk about the Black Stars and everything that's going on. Their preparation for the game against Bamako, and then we'll preview all of that for you. And later in the evening, I'll also bring you an update on that. Stick and stay with us. This is Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. I'm very grateful that you were here. It's your best football tactical analysis channel on YouTube. Like I always say, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification. Don't forget, subscribe, share, turn on notification. It's imperative that you do so. Until the evening, I'll see you. Take care. Bye-bye.